22 years of experience speaks for itself, but it's beyond that. My childhood has absolutely impacted what I do today. I'm not your typical attorney. Grew up in a difficult neighborhood where my dad put down a gallon of vodka a day till I was 14 years old, having been shot at, stabbed, hospitalized. I get it. I know what it's like to struggle. I love doing what I do. I love being there for people for many, some of their lowest moments in life. Most of the time, if somebody's come into our office, they've come into our office for a reason. Their life has been altered. They're relying on us, they're counting on us, they want us to be there. And I love being there for them.
My daughter, Penelope, when she was 7 years old, suffered from a massive stroke. She was transported to the local hospital here from school via ambulance. They wanted me to take her home. Being a nurse, my mother's a nurse, my brother's a pediatric emergency doctor. Everybody was saying, don't take her home, something's wrong. They kept trying to discharge me home. I'm not taking my daughter, who could run and walk and talk, who's now paralyzed and limp and can't speak. I wrapped my hands around the stretcher and I looked at her and I said, I'm not leaving unless it's by ambulance to another hospital. I'd probably say close to almost 20 hours later, it was found out that she had a stroke. And because of the delay, there was significant damage, which left her with lifelong permanent disability. It's different when it's your daughter, you know, and I knew everything that we had ahead of us. It hit me like a ton of bricks. It was pretty quickly that I needed to seek counsel. I felt hopeless after going through all these other lawyers that were like these big firms. They didn't say I didn't have a case. They were just gonna say it was gonna be too much work. Then I finally just clicked. I know Joe. We set up a consultation and I came in and met with him. He heard what I said, he took notes. He didn't just brush it off. He gave me that reassurance. That's how it started. That's how it's been for 8 years. Anytime I was feeling like, oh my God, I don't know if I can do this anymore. Joe was always there to remind me, this is why we're doing it. Take a breath, you're not alone. It's not just you fighting. You've got a team behind you. There was a settlement that will ensure that Penelope's taken care of the rest of her life. When Penny was struggling, especially during the depositions, and she was having a hard time and she was crying, you know, Joe stepped out with her and Joe cried right along with her and held her. She doesn't trust everybody. She felt safe with him, and that was huge to me. It's a lifelong disability, and she's going to have challenges and changes. And when I look into the future, and I worry that what if I'm not there to help, this has provided that security to know that she'll be okay.
Good job.
When we decided we were going to find an attorney, I had seen he advertises on the back of our church bulletin, and his name is Joe. You just can't go wrong. God put me in the middle of a great family, and he obviously gave me the right partner, because she's been having to take care of me for the past, it's going to be 16 years, anniversary of being in the chair. When Joe and Heather presented us with the check, it was just a huge weight off of our shoulders, and I think we all four cried at the table, which shows you how real they are. They're not just doing it for the money, they're doing it to help their clients. The biggest thing for me is the fact that I can pay off my house, and when I'm no longer here, my wife doesn't have to worry about that burden.
Joe took a weight off my shoulders that nobody else did, because I felt like I was fighting for my family by myself. And Joe took that weight off my shoulders, and he took it on his shoulders, and he fought for us. There was times that our family was in his office and we would cry together. He was there and he would put his arms around us and he would cry with us. I never doubted his loyalty to our case. The settlement gave us some financial security, but more than that, I think the aftermath of the case gave us peace of mind. Not only did Joe fight for justice for our family, he fought to make sure that changes occurred with the opposing party. He made sure that they made the changes necessary to protect other people so that they weren't hurt in the way that our family was.
Kennedy once said, we as American citizens have an obligation to just not sit on the sideline. We as American citizens have an obligation to give back to our community. I hope that my kids see and are inspired by what I do for the community, what I do for others. You know, and whether it be going to nursing school, whether it be going to law school, becoming a hairdresser later on in life, still continue to work hard, that you're dedicated to what you do, no matter what you do. You do it with a sense of urgency, a sense of commitment. Know that what you do can impact others and always be wanting to make a difference, no matter how small or how big it is.